Hello everyone, I'm Manisha Mohan. I'm a speech language pathologist working at e-Polyclinic, Pune. Today I'm going to talk about pre-writing skills. So the reason why I came up with this topic is because there are so many patients coming to our clinic with writing issues now. Now, because of pandemic, children were never exposed to certain skills that was actually needed to develop their writing skills. So let's say through the 1950s, many parents and educators believe that children gain writing skills when they are ready. We but now understand that children pass through different writing stages in their development of skills, beginning with drawing and scribbling, which finally leads to spelling. So this development is based on many factors, and all kids do not necessarily pass through the stages of writing development in early childhood at the same age or same grades. Now, what problems your child may have when they have writing issues? So they will have difficulty in forming letters, spacing the letters, writing on a straight line, writing the letters in correct size, and putting the right amount of pressure on paper. Okay, so how to develop pre-writing skills? So you can help child attain pre-writing skills through activities such as these. So the first way is to read aloud to children daily from infancy. Use bright books such as board books that small kids can easily handle. So by reading aloud to your child, the child's vocabulary, use of language, thinking skills, and problem solving skills improve, which in turn improve writing skills. So by correctly structuring the sentence, an increase in vocabulary will help them write creatively. Okay, so the next is to recite nursery rhymes and other fun rhyming poems, especially those with repetition. So now, what are the benefits of singing rhymes and songs to improve writing, right? So the first thing is it develops gross motor skills through action rhymes. So gross motor skills are those which require whole body movement. So put your right hand in, put your right hand out, rhymes like that. So next, to improve fine motor skills, use finger rhymes. So fine motor skill is the ability where a child can control the small muscles to perform activities like writing or tying a shoelace, etc. So rhymes like, daddy finger, where are you? Rhymes like that. So next reason for why we use rhymes is to improve auditory perception. Auditory perception is the brain's ability to interpret the sound that is heard through the ears. So if your child is writing a dictated word, he should have the skill of discriminating between words which somewhere sound same. Right? So that is example. I'll tell you an example: rack and rake, RACK and RAKE. Okay, they should have the ability to discriminate between two words. Do they sound the same? Do they sound different? Okay, another skill is auditory sequential memory, which is the ability to remember the sounds in the order. So if I say the child to write moon, the auditory sequence of each sound should be stored and remembered when writing. So some activities to improve auditory perception is you read a story and ask your child to clap wherever he or she hears the word cat. Okay, another activity is to clap your name or any word to teach syllables. So let me take my example, my name Manisha. So ma, ni, sha, three syllables. So likewise, you teach syllables for the child. Now, next skill is to improve your child's visual perception. So visual perception is the brain's ability to make sense of what the eye see. Now, this same example of auditory perception that I gave you of rack and rake. So you ask them if they sound same in that, right? So now in visual perception, you have to see if your child is visually able to discriminate between shapes, letters, or words which look similar. Okay, another thing is to improve their visual memory, which is the ability to remember the visual information. So next activity is to offer fine motor activities such as building blocks, lacing beads, and cutting practice. So these are some activities that you can do at home to improve the fine motor skills, which is very important in writing. So next tip is to introduce your child with a lot of writing tools. Now this is very important. Okay, so if you are giving crayons or paintbrush or pencils, give different sized ones like thin pencil or thick pencil. The reason why I am saying this is because your child's finger or wrist grip will not be developed if you don't expose your child to different tools. And this is what exactly happened during pandemic. Your child was never exposed to different tools for writing, so the children find difficulty when they go to school. They don't get the grip and they come to us with these issues. So the next is to ask questions, and always what you need to do is parents always try to answer their question as abundant as they may. Sometimes parents ignore when children talk much. Okay, Baba, wait, listen, beto abhi. But what you need to do is you need to answer whatever questions they ask you. You need to answer them. Ask your child to tell you about their drawings. You can then add certain one word label or sentence describing what the picture shows. Read the words back to her, pointing, and have her try to mimic whatever you do. Let them mimic you. Ask children develop, ask them to tell a story about their drawings. Write down the words they dictate, reading them back as you write them. When finished, then read their entire story, pointing at words, then urge them to do the same. Whatever you do, then you urge them to do the same. So by asking questions, the child's critical thinking improves. So you can play games like I Spy game with your child, give keywords and ask them to build a story. Cloud story activity where you take your child out at outside, maybe in a park, and you ask them to look at the sky, tell names of whatever you see in the environment, and tie up every words that you have told the child and make a story. Okay, and also some prediction questions like, why do you think, you give a picture of baby crying and ask them, why do you think the baby is crying in this picture, etc. Okay, so these are certain activities to improve the critical thinking for your child. So this is very important. All these activities I have told you, it is very important in developing the child's writing skill. Okay, so parents, these are very important for whoever parents are sending their child to school now. You should prepare the child to write, okay, by doing these activities at home. All right, so I hope all the information that I've given you is clear, but still, if you have any queries, if you have any doubts, you can contact us. You can contact the Sampark team. So we have two branches, one at Katraj and one at Kothrood. So the numbers are given here. Okay, you're always welcome with any queries or any doubts. All right. Okay. Thank you so much.